What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Tanner, a person I battled off my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle and trade Discord chat room, and a place to hang out and talk about Pokemon and meet new people, definitely check out my Discord server. A link will be in the description. Now, me and Tanner are having a never use battle today because people stay challenging me to NU games. I don't blame them. NU is fun. Now, my team is on a whole other level. Like, Burles cannot even match this team. This team is ridiculous when it comes to strats. Now, Tanner's team's looking pretty standard for a NU team. He has Tyrantrum, Medicham, hit very hard, Vaporeon and Steelix provide a decent defensive core with Braviary, and Houndoom for the nice pursuit trapping. I can see it. I can envision it. It looks like a nice team. So we're facing Tanner. My opponent is going to lead off with the Steelix. I don't know why everyone leads off with Steelix. It is the most obvious shit ever. Like, you would think that, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, I just personally face Steelix all the time. If you let her on Showdown, I'm sure it's the same thing, that everyone just leads off with Steelix, and it's like really obvious. But you're going to taunt Steelix turn 1 so it cannot lay up the Stealth Rocks, as I do have things that don't appreciate Stealth Rocks on my team. As my opponent is going to bring in the Houndoom, very smart on the Will-O-Wisp. I was going to click knockoff, but I'm like, may as well just bring the Steelix. But yeah, he makes nice plays. Now I'm going to bring in my only fire resist, being Seeking, very reliable. And you know, God, avoiding the attack, not too surprising there. It is Seeking. It is a reward for using Seeking, of course. And now my opponent is going to bring in the Vaporeon because he can't let me have my fun. And I figured from the look of his team, he's not going to let me have my fun. So I decided to double switch, make a big boy play, bring in Vileplume, Rafflesia, as my opponent is going to scout my move here with the Protect on Vaporeon as I set up grassy terrain. Now you're probably wondering, why do you have grassy terrain? You are just an in-game noob that pretends to know what he's talking about, but in all reality, he's just trash. But like, you just watch. I'm about to like put some knowledge in your brain. So here we're gonna double switch out because there's no way Vaporeon's staying in on a grassy terrain Vileplume, let's be real. So we're gonna double switch into my Dunsparce. My opponent brings Braviary. And I'm pretty sure I won't die to one attack unless he's Banded Superpower. I could be wrong, but he decides to U-turn out of here and bring in the Steelix to tank the Headbutt or whatever, which is a nice play. I click Secret Power here. Secret Power in grassy terrain has a 60% chance to put a Pokemon to sleep, the same chance as Hypnosis hitting, essentially, so it's pretty much the same thing. And yeah, it's you know, it's a cool way to use Dunsparce. This set also works really well with Jirachi and anything else that learns Secret Power, but Dunsparce is pretty troll with it, as outside of grassy terrain you can paralyze with it, kind of like Body Slam, but you know, in grassy terrain you can put stuff to sleep. I'm not too sure about the other terrains. I'm pretty sure, you know, electric terrain's paralysis. I don't know about the other ones, but it's really awesome. And I don't know, I thought I would showcase this as it's really cool. Thought of it up randomly when I was thinking of Dunsparce, and it's not very good, but we're using it because people have requested me to use Dunsparce, so I must use it. So in comes my Sceptile, and I'm just going to click Focus Blast here because I believe that I can land one, and what do you know, we land Focus Miss. Thankfully, get that super effective damage as Steelix stays sleeping, because when Dunsparce puts you to sleep with this kind of heat, you just have to stay sleeping. You're just like knocked out from confusion. You're like in a coma right now, like what the hell just happened to me? How do I wake up from this nightmare? So yeah, Sceptile, I'm going to click Leaf Storm here because there's no way I'm hitting 2 Focus Blasts in a row. And I don't want Steelix getting up Stealth Rocks, so we're just going to click Leaf Storm. Screw my special attack, I don't need it anymore, so that thing's dead. My opponent is going to bring in Braviary, and I don't really want this thing to set up a sub. I mean, this thing is probably Choice Scarf. I saw U-turn, so I don't really know what set to expect. But I do want to bring in my Mudstill anyway because I can get the stamina boost, and if he decides to U-turn again, I get +1 defense. But he actually carries Defog, so I'm very glad I did not stay in and reveal my move that would be my way of killing the Braviary. So very nice for me, as my opponent, you know, Defog's been my Stealth Rock, so Braviary can come in pretty freely here, as well as Houndoom, which was nice for him. And the grassy terrain does wear off as soon as I bring in my Mudstill, because, you know, grassy terrain does lower earthquake damage, so I did not quite think that through when I put a freaking Choice Banded Mudstill on my team. But look, that is how I make all of my teams. I put like 3 Stealth Rockers on one team before, it is not a joke. I put like 3 Z-move users on one team. I should probably look at my teams more often before I battle, and I'm like, how do I lose? I mean, it's funny because I don't post my losses, because it hasn't happened frequently, or it hasn't happened like, you know, in the past like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm on like a winning streak when I'm not even trying to win. It's like, how does this happen? But I'm making it sound like I'm a god at this game, but I'm really not. I'm done rambling. I'm bringing Rathlesia here on the Vaporeon, as he's actually going to Scald me, expecting grassy terrain. Nice play on his part, but I don't really know why he stayed in. He could have actually gotten offensive momentum, but I guess he wanted Vaporeon back at low HP, even though he's facing 2 grass types. Like, how is Vaporeon going to be useful to you when you're facing 2 grass types? Maybe it's just me. But my opponent is going to switch out here and bring in Medicham. Medicham would have been a perfect Pokemon to pass the Wish to, in case I went for Sludge Bomb or something. But, nice plays. He actually predicts me to do this time. The double switch into something else. So that's nice. I know he's going to Ice Punch me and bring me down to 1 HP with my Sceptile, because I am Focus Sash. And I am an Endeavor set with Counter, because this set is Heat. And we're just going to one-shot the Medicham. Granted, I could have just Leaf Stormed it in Grassy Terrain to kill it, but Brownie points, Flex points with the counter. And the Grassy Terrain's going to give me some health back, which is nice. My opponent is going to bring in the Braviary, and I know it is not Choice Sky Braviary, and I'm like, Sceptile, Overgrow, and Grassy Terrain, we're going for it. Like, there's no reason not to. And Braviary drops. I don't know how much defense investment it had. I don't know if it was like a max HP set. Either way, Sceptile killing something with a resisted attack. That is nice. I don't even think Mega Sceptile could do that, but regular Sceptile with Overgrow and Grassy Terrain did it big. And here, I really wanted to Endeavor, but unfortunately, my opponent does have Sucker Punch with the Houndoom, which I should have expected, but, I mean, freaking Sceptile already put in so much work, so I'm like, well, I don't know what, if you have Sucker Punch, you can have me. I'm just going to bring back in my Dunsparce for free. Grassy Terrain's still up, so we already know what's about to happen. My opponent is going to click Crunch, unable to do much damage to me, but does get a defense lower, but if he can get 20%, it's time for me to get 60%. This Houndoom is going to sleep. And yeah, you can be like, wow, Weedle, the strategy's so brainless. You're such a noob using sleeping to win. Oh my god, Sleep Claws. But like, look, I'm using Dunsparce, so let me have my moment. Let Dunsparce have its moment of being useful, okay? And not to mention, outside of Grassy Terrain, we can actually paralyze stuff because Secret Power has 30% chance to para outside of, in a regular Wi-Fi battle setting. But Grassy Terrain turns it to sleep. I don't know what everything else does. I'm pretty sure I already said this, but I just wanted to say it again in case people are confused on how Dunsparce is achieving this. I want to make it clear. But, Dunsparce isn't on the Tyrantrum now, and I don't want to lose Dunsparce. I had a feeling, I was really tempted to click Secret Power. I mean, I did click Secret Power here, but I'm pretty much forced to sack Dunsparce. I was going to save it, but I'm like, I don't have a Head Smash switch in. I could have brought in a Mudsdale, actually, but whatever, I'm not that good at this game. But now I'm going to bring on Mudsdale because now it's a free switch in, and my opponent does not have an Earthquake resist, so he's actually just going to sack off the Houndoom here because it is asleep, and it just got asleep, so it's not like it's going to be waking up anytime soon. Unless it carries Early Bird, but we already seen the Flash Fire, so sagging Houndoom is definitely the best play here. As down goes the Houndoom. Definitely did not do much in this battle. It got put to sleep by Kecleon? Yes. By Dunsparce. I was just looking at something else. I don't know why I thought Kecleon. But now my opponent is going to bring in the Vaporeon here, and I should not die to Scald. But I was going to stay in here and click Earthquake, but I'm like, I don't want to get scalded and burned and all that stuff, so I could have double Earthquaked and my opponent would have lost Tyrantrum. My opponent makes a very aggressive double switch, expecting me to withdraw into my Vileplume, so he brings in the Tyrantrum. And now I don't really want to stay in and get one shot by Head Smash, though I definitely probably should have stayed in. But it's okay. We're going to bring in Sableye here. So my opponent's going to go for the Z move, and not what I was anticipating. I thought I would just be able to take one Head Smash with my Sableye because I'm max defense, max hit points. But my opponent decides to pull out the freaking Continental, crush that like button. And this is probably the best Z move animation for like at least the basic Z moves. You just freaking drop a huge boulder on your... Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. So Sableye is going to die. Unfortunately, Sinister Sableye was unable to burn the Tyrantrum. I should have definitely sacked something else to burn the Tyrantrum, so it wouldn't be able to be as threatening, but I still have Mudsdale, so it's not too big of a deal. My opponent is going to bring in Vaporeon, thinking that Vaporeon could take an Earthquake from this thing, though I'm sure my opponent at this point realizes that I am probably choice banded due to the damage output with just close combat. Earthquake almost knocks out the Vaporeon, very close, and I had a feeling that I could take a Scald pretty well. And I mean, I do have another grass type to switch into, so that my opponent want to double switch again, but he just stays in click Scald. Very nice play, as unfortunately, he gets a critical hit and a burn. And this is pretty unfortunate because after the stamina boost here, I'm pretty confident I could have taken any one of Tyrantrum's attacks because we saw he carried Dragon Claw. Earthquake's not doing much to me, and Head Smash I'm resisted to, so I think potentially I could take another attack from Tyrantrum. But it's just unfortunate. You got both the crit and the burn, though the crit mattered more than the burn. With the burn, I'm still confident that Earthquake would have done at least 50% to Tyrantrum, if not more, because Mudsteel's attack stat is nothing to underestimate. This thing actually has a really high attack stat for a freaking horse. But yeah, Dragon Claw is gonna knock me out. Here is where he reveals Dragon Claw. I actually didn't realize that. But now I'm gonna bring in Seeking. I'm just gonna go for the Water Z move here, no problemo. But he just outspeeds me, and I'm like, oh, I guess my, Seeking, my Goldfish, is not as fast as you. Unfortunately, I am actually a Z Rain Dance set, so if I got the Rain up, that would have been nice, but didn't really do anything in this game because Vaporeon cock blocked me for the entirety of the battle. As now my opponent's going to click Head Smash here. Vileplume does tank it because I am max defense as well, as now I'm able to just click Giga Drain. Hopefully it does a lot of damage. It does do a nice amount, and it puts me in a pretty nice amount of HP. If I carried leftovers here, I would be able to tank another Head Smash, but I carry Terrain Extender because I really wanted to make use of Grassy Terrain, guys. So unfortunately, we're going to choke away this game and lose to Tyrantrum late game. Granted, I got hacks to Oblivion in late game. Granted, I deserved it for using Dunsparce with Secret Power. But yeah, it was still a fun battle. I mean, I didn't really get mad about that loss. I'm like, well, what, you can have that one. It was a good game, Tanner, and I hope you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle. If you enjoyed this game and want to support my YouTube channel, please be sure to Continental crush that like button, like that Tyrantrum did to my butthole, as it means the world to me, and your support keeps me inspired to make daily upload for you guys. And yeah, the question of the day is going to be, what other video games have you guys been playing at the moment? Let me know in the comments down below, as it's a nice question to ask you guys, as I'm interested to see what you guys are playing at the moment besides Pokemon. If it's only Pokemon, like me, basically, you can also say that. But I'm also playing Breath of the Wild at the moment, and Mario Kart 8. Don't mean to brag, but I'm a little late on the Switch hype, but I'm playing those games, and they're such a blast. It's part of the reason why I haven't been able to provide daily uploads, because I've just been lazy playing the Switch. And I don't really want to spam you guys sub boxes with Switch content, because who really cares about that? No one. Like, no one already cares about my XD playthrough. But I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright, peace.